Hey, Katie here, local guide for the Ann Arbor Fjall Raven Store, and I wanted to share with you some of my favorite nearby nature places to hit in October. This is a beautiful season to see fall colors all around Michigan. A few of my favorite places to go to are anywhere along the Huron River. Burnstokes Nature Preserve, Parker Mill County Park, Furstenberg Nature Area, one of the many metro parks. They're just beautiful right now. Second is the Pinckney Recreation Area. Not only is the hiking there beautiful and so many different opportunities, whether you want a 1 mile hike up to, I think you can do about 40 miles, but also just the drive along North Territorial to get there is gorgeous. And then lastly, this time of year, I'm always drawn to Northfield Township. So there's a few places here, Independence Lake County Park, Northfield Woods Preserve, and then Whitmore Lake Preserve, which is where I'm at today. I just love the red oaks and the yellow hickories and the orange maples. It's just really beautiful, and I want to share some of it with you today. So enjoy. Whitmore Lake Preserve has a beautiful prairie full of Indian grass and big blue stem, and we've got this big beautiful old oak tree with the sprawling limbs. A volunteer created this little free library. It's right next to the prairie, if I can get it open here. Inside there are some guides that you can take with you on your hike. Please return them when they're done. Also just some books, and this is one of my favorite parts. There's a little journal that you can sign and read, and I just love to check it out when I'm here and see some of the things that other people have written in it. You can sign it yourself. Some people leave plants. It's just such a lovely community of people that come hike here. Some remnants of warmer temperatures include the bottlebrush grass. The asters are still barely holding on. And the goldenrods have now gone to seed. Whitmore Lake Preserve has a lot of oak trees, and here in this portion we have a lot of red oaks, and it's really cool to see how many of them have this split. And this happens when the oak trees are harvested around 60 to 70 years old. And because they're still young, they grow back in multiples. So a lot of times you see 2s, but you can even get 3s and 4s, and I've seen up to 5s in some areas. So if you look, you see a lot of them out here in the distance. Invasive shrubs like the buckthorn are really easy to spot this time of year because they're one of the only leafy green things left in the landscape. They often grow in these dense thickets. Here underneath are larger oak and hickory trees. Most of the year I forget that witch hazel exists until in October when it gets these little yellow flowers. And then they'll hold on through November and even into December. You'll see these bushes in the landscape with little yellow flowers. I really love it once it starts snowing. You just see these specks of yellow. Not only can we read the landscape by looking at the oak trees, but we can also tell a little bit about the glacial geology of the area by looking at the landscape as well. So imagine back 12,000 years ago when this was a mile of ice thick and it was pushing forward like a bulldozer. Eventually it started to retreat or melt. It actually did this several times. But in those areas where the bulldozer stopped, it left giant boulders. So here's an example of what you can look for in the landscape to know the type of glacial activity that happened a really long time ago. These are called glacial erratics. And it's an igneous rock, which means it came from volcanic activity. If you think about Michigan, we don't have any volcanoes here in southeast Michigan, so it had to have come from somewhere else. So a glacier brought it down from somewhere in Canada, probably, kind of carried it on its back or, in front, like the giant bulldozer. And then when it melted, it just dropped these boulders in place. Thanks for coming with me. I hope you get an opportunity to get outside and enjoy Whitmore Lake Preserve or one of the other many beautiful places around southeast Michigan and enjoy these fall colors.